starting on December 28th, we started getting a series of events along a fault called the Punta Matava Fault. So we had this activity, it was a couple 4.7s and a 5, and we were following this activity going, okay, maybe this is just along this fault. However, because of the activity on that fault, it stressed a normal fault, and that normal fault is where we had the larger events, the 6.4 and the 6.
Puerto Rico is a small island, surrounded by very large faults. And most of these faults are located underneath or very close to the body of water, whether it's the Atlantic Ocean or the Caribbean Sea. So there's a high potential that any of these large earthquakes could generate a tsunami that could then flood coastal communities.
We are also working, helping people in the very remote areas of Puerto Rico. Areas where probably FEMA is not going to get there in like 2 years, probably. So that we're going there, we're helping people rebuild their homes, and it's a very good activity.
We saw a lot of houses. I'm going to show you those houses. Probably they are not in the list because they don't fill the papers at the government office because that's right. The people were not here, or they don't have any papers, or they don't have a car, or they don't have even an ID, a regular ID. And those are the FEMA department requests you social security number, ID with a photo, copy of the insurance, and the people they don't have insurance here. Copy of any title of the property. Some people they don't have. I was explaining to you. People here they don't have titles of the property because the mother say, okay, you can do the house in my backyard. Okay, and they don't need papers. Why they need papers? They live with their mother, with their father, or with their sister. And sometimes they have 4 houses in the same lot, in an acre. They put 4 houses, and none of them have any papers. And to help them, FEMA is requesting, show me that you are the owner. I said, but I don't have any papers, and I don't have any insurance. But then FEMA said, well, I cannot help you because how I know is that you come to see, but they cannot go to every house. Also, the other issue that we have is you're going to see camps that we're going to show you that people do not want to go to the army established camps because they cannot drink, smoke, they can put music, and they're going to sleep with somebody they don't know alongside them. And also there are certain rules that they have to follow, and the people say, why I have to go there? I stay in my home with my neighbors on a tent. That's why they don't go to the problem of that is that there's no way to accountability, to know how many they are, really how many they are.
When you have a soft story, it means you essentially have the bulk of the weight higher up on the ground. So essentially the house is on some small, thin stilts. And so when you have an earthquake, it's essentially like putting a weight on top of a pendulum. And so that means that that soft story is more likely to collapse, which means the entire house will come down in situ. Or will lean over onto another house next door. People need to have the codes enforced, and because they want their homes to be safe. But it comes down to they have it back against the wall is, do they retrofit the home or do they eat? And so I think the socioeconomic impact is an issue.
Okay, on Trickles Day, we were at this house, and it's on sand. What happened is, it felt like a marshmallow, like going back and forth, like a jello. It was incredible. First one side, then the sand, then the other side, 4 sizes the house. And I thought it was her. And she said, no, earthquake. A tsunami is coming, a tsunami.
I check him.
Let's get out.
Let's get out. The house is going to fall down.
Then
all the shells that I do.
Start.
Dun.
Okay, it's an earthquake, let's get out. And I walk outside the street, and everybody was on the street. Everybody. The big one on the next day, for The whole day was like shaking. I cannot.
Yes, and we heard the
Really?
noise. We heard a strange noise.
It's like a train or
Yes.
what?
Like something was exploding from the earth. It was very
Horrible.
yeah, it was
Scary.
horrible. Yeah. we have felt some earthquakes before, but the big earthquake was in 1918. So
Yeah,
that's why this earthquake was so scary for us, because it was a very big earthquake. So since that day, today's generation doesn't know about how Puerto Rico.
we don't know. It's only a year old.
Yes, 100 years ago, we don't know what an earthquake was in Puerto Rico.
Todo.
Mira,
Es un regalo que Dios le dio.
he said the owner was inside the house.
Oh my
And
goodness.
He has to jump. And he helped, él ayudó a la señora de esta casa a brincar.
Everybody was going like this. Then we looked at the mountains. A whole lot of dust, a whole lot of whatever, a whole lot of dirt. You see the rocks coming down like this. Everybody owes. Yeah. Big rocks.
Oh, you had a rock slide.
Yeah, but with one of the aftershocks.
Yeah.
It was not with the main earthquake. It was later with the aftershocks.
These aftershocks are going to continue, and the biggest issue with these aftershocks is they're shallow and right below the towns, which means people can feel even these small magnitude non-damaging events. They still feel them, and psychologically that's going to have an impact.
I see. Here they've located almost 30,000 earthquakes have been recorded here since December 28th.
Yeah. So come on, I invite you over to my house. Sometimes we put on the radio. And then, my sister-in-law put on her temp today, this morning. She's going to. You can see whatever. Wow. These are shower curtains. So when it rains, the water doesn't come in.
Now, how come you're not staying in the house? You're too afraid to.
No, every time I use the bathroom, I go, you know, I'm scared to take a shower. I'm scared to use the bathroom. And every time I go in, something happens, I gotta be running out again.
Wow.
Because you can hear it before it comes.
Wow.
We already know. And then the bed goes like this. And then, it was slow. But then you look, it was 2.5 or 3 point something. You know, and but you can feel it. So look, this is the way I'm living right now. I could be a whole lot better, but I don't dare go in the house. She doesn't dare either. My son, he wants to sleep there. He doesn't want to go inside either. And then my sister-in-law, well, she parked her tent there today to start sleeping tonight. And campsite.
In the campsite, but they closed the campsite.
Well, they're gonna close it
Close
today.
it today, so
Yeah.
she's gonna be sleeping here now.
There are laws that they want to maintain, you know, and that's why a lot of people do not want to come here. Edwin and the engineer and myself went to the places to check the house. Here they come and sign and put everything, and they send us, and we check the house with an engineer. We take a photo, we put the coordinates where they are located. Then FEMA can go and visit them with the coordinates that we put on the information, because there is no way. Imagine a guy from Montana how's gonna get. If it's me, I already know why the people are up there. Come on, let's go. During the day, they go for work. And then they come during the night, take a shower and have a dinner here, and stay here because they are afraid that the house collapse. But during the day, they went to the jobs or to their houses to fix and check everything. And they have a lot of the departments of the Department of Instruction, Education Department. Public housing department is here. They also have ANSCA is for emotional help, and the people from different agencies also, they have FEMA, they write you down.
Okay, so they're helping people to move to a more permanent apartment.
They have everything. They have like a little hospital here. You see, this is where the old people I was telling you on beds. See, this postcard, they used to have a lot. That means that there are not that many people now.
What kind of things have you brought?
Oh, pampers for the elders, pampers for the babies. We do breastfeeding orientation for the mothers and pregnant women. And what else? We have everything, emergency kits.
Chops, pampers,
Solar lights,
flashlights. Even we have a little kit with rice, beans, corned beef, tomato sauce, toothbrush, cup.
towels.
As I was telling you, they have no papers, no evidence. That's why FEMA cannot help them. They are trying to check if the government will allow them maybe a loan
them out
at 1% interest, but they don't have money to pay the loan anyway.
And really, this is hard. We have everything.
That means that they're gonna stay living here. That's what I asked her. But that's a private camp, no, it's not a government. They stay there between neighbors.
Oh,
buy the
I
rice,
see.
you buy the ice, they buy between them, they buy everything.
Gotcha.
And maybe they have somebody who cooks, and okay, you cook, and you take care of this, and you take care of that. Or maybe you have a car, four of them go together and go to the refugee camp and pick some seeds to distribute the products to all of them.
There's a red sign on her house
¿Cómo va a ser?
behind the camp.
Mira, she got a son studying medicine, a daughter studying agriculture, and law school in the other one, the three of them.
Wow.
And they lost the house. She lost the house.
Wow.
To build a new house. And she's from the neighborhood, and
Wow.
she's cooking for everybody. And since tomorrow, the people who were bringing food are not going to do it anymore. Now they have to, between them, buy again, and for these guys to make food. What I'm telling Edwin, maybe we can stop on a cash and carry and buy something for them. Staying on a hotel, that's why they are not here.
Mamá, después tienes que aplicar a ver si ellos.
They have to do it, they have to apply again to check for the month.
They come
At 4 p.m. they come to see.
Because it's too
Bueno,
hot.
gracias, Lisey.
To be here.
Oh my God, it's
We are waiting for help from Hurricane Maria for many people.
Still.
Okay, still, and one family is $36,000 for rebuild their homes. And at this time, I think in my town is about 5 or 6 persons that receive this quantity. The other people are not receiving any money, and they have to look with paperwork because FEMA, if you don't have the exact address or your name has a different name in one document and another, there's a lot of bureaucracy. 80% of the houses have problems. There's in the mountain, and the geological service said that it's not safety for them to rebuild in this land, and they have the land. They have to move it to construct their new houses in other land that they don't have. Because right now in Yauco, there's a limit quantity of houses available for rent. So some of them have to move from Yauco. We are trying to help our people in Yauco.
Many things has happened here in Puerto Rico, specifically in the southern part of the island, in the towns of Yauco, Guayanilla, Peñuelas, and Guanica. Also, many other towns have been included. How can we help? Books, notebooks, all the things that kids need for school. Many people need help emotionally. For example, they cannot go inside their homes because they're afraid to go inside. They just try to go inside, but emotionally they're not able to do it. Money is very important. Many people doesn't have the money first to pay for the people to check their homes to see if they're able to live in there. We don't need to pay everything, but at least to help them with some money so they can get, for example, beds, range, all the things that are inside. You can come here to build homes, paint homes, fix homes, and all the people that you can get here to do that will be appreciated. Thank you.
Since December 28, we started having the earthquakes here, but the worst ones were on January 6th and the 7th. Well, I think it was like a nightmare. So since those moments, our lives changed forever because what I tell everybody is that we don't have a house, we don't have a home. We lived in tents for almost 2 months, and now we are living like in a small house they built for us and in a trailer. Well, we're okay, we're happy, we're doing what God wants us to do. We're helping people, even though we are refugees at the same time. So you'll see from now on the damages that our convent, our home has received and how you can help us. Thank you. It was terrible. So it was like 4:25 a.m. I think. And I was ready to do breakfast because it was Tuesday and I did breakfast on Tuesday. So I was going out to prepare breakfast when that started, the earthquake. So I went back and I covered my sister and our dog. And I said, we have to go out and help the sisters. So I ran out to help the other sisters. And they're more slow, and it was a big thing to take them all out. And then that night we slept some on chairs, some on the floor, but we protected the sick ones. They were like under a small tent. The second day we moved to another place and we put tents. And from there on we were in tents for almost 2 months. But God gave us the grace to be all alive. So it was good. From that division, all this part that you're gonna see now, it's going to be demolished.
Mm-hmm. And is it's safe for us to be in there?
Well, kind of. We can go out if something happens, run. The day of the earthquake, the worst sisters, the sick ones were here on bed. So we grabbed them and we ran out this door. So this is where we slept for the first day, in that part. Over there.
Wow.
I was right here. I was in this room when everything started. Estos eran los cuartitos. These were the rooms with curtains. Esto era tu cuarto. Mira, desaparece cuarto. Sí. ¿Ustedes eran cuántos? ¿O son cuántos? ¿La congregación en total? Ajá. El lavadero. Piro para subir. But they say
They say it's still safe?
Yeah. So I'm going to show you. That building, it was like the fabric where we prepared the hosts for the mass. And that one has to be demolished, that building over there. I'm really brave, but I don't go in there anymore. Because when you see from the outside, if the engineers say it can just collapse in any second. God is with us. This is the private stairs. The sisters will come up and down to the repertory tweaks. So this was the room of our foundress, the mother Dominga Guzman. She was a Dominican sister of Amityville. And she was a teacher. She discovered that what she taught in the schools to the children, when they went home, the families wouldn't do follow-up with religion or anything that had to do with God or values. And she said, we need to go to the families. We have to attend the families. And that's our charism. Bring Christ to the family and the family to Christ. So she's in the process of beatification. This room was really private before the earthquakes because we had everything in here, like her relics and everything. We took almost everything out, but you can come in and see. This was her room. She had a desk right here. Her books were here. We just moved them after the earthquake. Her bed was here. Look into the tabernacle that we already moved because we took it out of the chapel. And there was like a chair here where the sisters that took care of her slept. And she would look straight to Jesus who was there in the tabernacle.
This is a very holy room.
It is.
Yes.
I can feel it.
It is a very holy. And you see, we took the tabernacle, but we still have to move the altar. We have the pews. But everything's so.
Wow.
All the walls and things.
And all of these were moved in the earthquake?
Yes.
Wow.
Everything is moved from the earthquake.
Wow. Wow.
You know, like the virus that it's now, people are really scared about it. They're scared like that of the earthquakes. There's nothing we can do. We just have to go on, pray, have hope, and everything will be okay. It will get better someday.
Yes. Amen to that.
Amen.
I could say it's a prettier picture, but the reality is, and like in Puerto Rico, we have to tell you have to engineer not only for earthquakes, but for hurricanes and strong hurricanes. Because unlike the mainland, when a hurricane comes here, we don't have anywhere to run. So your house is a bunker, and it needs to be a bunker. Yeah, and that's my concern with people who have green labeled homes, is what they're going to do when the hurricane comes. I mean, or in a temporary shelter. Like, that is going to be an issue because we need to have people in a secure zones by then.
So if they're intense and a hurricane comes,
they can't be intense.
They can't be intense.
They can't be intense, period. If there's a hurricane, tropical storm, no. And these are things that people aren't necessarily think of. They see the damage and the destruction, but there is going to be a long-term impact, not only to the economy, but also to the psychology and the community there.
How can people help?
Please, if you're a tourist, come to Puerto Rico. Because the economy definitely depends on the tourism. And between earthquakes and coronavirus, I'm hoping that doesn't have a devastating impact on our season.